The lighting on baby monitors can be very scary. Let me show you a video demonstrating that. Yeah, me personally, that's the last thing I want to see in a baby monitor. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section below and follow for more scary stuff.
Here's some of the scariest things that have happened on live TV. On August 19th, 1987, a broadcast from the KNBC studios in Burbank, California was taking place. Everything was going as planned, that was until a special guest entered the room.
You know, one of the nicest things about shopping by mail order... Pardon me? What is this?
A man named Gary Stolman entered the room brandishing a firearm which has been blurred to accommodate TikTok's guidelines. He managed to gain access to the studio by claiming to be a guest of one of the station workers. He pointed the firearm at KNBC journalist David Horowitz and ordered him to read a written statement.
When I began receiving disturbing calls from my parents, which led me to believe that something terrible was going on.
This statement, prepared by Stolman himself, claimed that his father Max, who worked as the KNBC pharmacist reporter, was, quote, not his biological father, but a clone created by the CIA and alien forces. Despite Horowitz remaining calm, he later stated that he was frightened but remained calm so the situation did not get worse. After the statement was finished, Stolman placed the weapon on the desk and admitted it was an unloaded BB gun after being taken into custody.
Old school commercials were the creepiest things ever. Let me show you this Baby Laugh A Lot commercial.
Cinderenko's Baby Laugh A Lot. You're listening to Baby Laugh A Lot. She's the funniest doll you've ever seen. Just push the button and she starts to giggle. Get Baby Laugh A Lot by Remco.
I just keep imagining this thing turning on in the middle of the night. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section below and follow for more scary stuff.
Okay, so there is a bunch of boxes.
Oh my.
I didn't have to see that. Okay. Oh yeah, the gloves, the gloves. These are the only gloves they had at the gas station. First thing that's in here is this single Highland Scotch whiskey, but I don't think there's anything in here. I'm scared to. How do you open this? Let me see. Oh. Yo, there's a map.
Is there really? What if it leads to? Was that a map of?
Careful who you send your address to. See you soon.
See you soon, Yaska.
So this guy sent me this map. He said, careful who you send your address to. And then on the top it says, see you soon. And he circled where I live. I'm not gonna actually show that on camera, but...
Can you tell a place has a dark history just from looking at it? I'm gonna show you a listing and we're gonna see. Also, this is a series, so follow along. This is the Watts family home in Colorado, where Chris and Shanann Watts lived with their 2 children. Chris Watts is a family annihilator who took the life of his pregnant wife and 2 daughters in 2018. And despite all that, this house actually recently sold. But in the listing that was posted, you can actually see areas that were featured in the police cam footage during the investigation. Because when the crime first happened, Chris pretended he had no idea what happened to his family. But you can see in a lot of this footage, he's acting so suspiciously. So much so that one of his neighbors actually tipped off to police that he thought something was just not right with Chris. We still don't know from Chris exactly why this happened, but we can infer that he wanted to start over a new life with his mistress. Chris is currently in jail, but a new family now lives inside that home. Would you be willing to live in a home like this?
Here's some of the scariest things that have been caught on camera. Part 5. On the evening of July 21st, 2021, a doorbell camera at a Los Angeles home captured one of the most disturbing scenes I've ever seen. At around 8 p.m., the young woman at the house was preparing dinner while waiting for her husband to return home from work. It was a very hot day, so she decided to open the window and let the evening breeze in. This caught the attention of a man on the sidewalk, and as he looked at the young woman, he decided to try and get a little closer.
I just rang your doorbell because I have a couple questions for you. Are you sure? Are you positive? Are you sure? I just have a couple questions for you.
He continuously repeats the same sentences as he rings the doorbell and knocks on the door, claiming to only have a few questions. The woman never responded to the man and claims she'd never seen him until that point. As he's walking away, her husband comes on the doorbell speaker asking who he is, and that's when he reveals his true intentions.
Are you sure?
Who are you?
Yeah, I just had a couple questions. I just wanted to ask you about Amy Shaw. I want to rape her and kill her because I have a knife and a gun. Yeah, and I'm going to knock on her door again.
Thankfully, none of his fantasies played out as he walked away for good. Soon after, he was arrested a few blocks away, and when asked for his name, he claimed to be the Holy Spirit. It was later found that his real name was Christopher Sums, and a background check found that he had an impressive job history and was actually a normal person not too long ago. What caused this rapid change in appearance and personality is unknown, but the footage captured that night will continue to haunt the internet.
Erica's family told her they were going on vacation in Lake Tahoe, when in reality they were dropping her off at a troubled teen wilderness program that she would not survive. Erica Harvey was just 15 years old when she was dropped off at the Catherine Freer Wilderness Program. The program promised Erica's family that they could get her off drugs, but the staff were not trained very well. The first day that she was there, the kids all went on a really long hike, and Erica started showing symptoms of dehydration. Erica was also on antipsychotic medication, which was something the staff did not have any experience with. So when she started speaking gibberish and her eyes rolled into the back of her head, they thought she was being dramatic. And when she fell over backwards into a ravine, they completely ignored her. Finally, after an hour, they went to go check on her, but Erica didn't have a pulse. The staff called a medical helicopter, but they didn't know where they were, so they gave them the wrong coordinates. By the time Erica saw a doctor, it was 5 hours later, and she didn't have a chance. And programs like Erica's still exist today, trapping kids like prisoners because they're minors and can't sign themselves out. This week I interview a survivor who was gone for 3.5 years in the troubled teen industry because she was 14 years old when she was taken.
This is the real reason that Splash Mountain closed. In 1996, I went with my family to Disney World, riding as many rides as we could. By the time we hit the night, we were in Frontierland. After getting off Thunder Mountain, we saw a ride next to it called Splash Mountain. For this one, my family didn't want to get on because they didn't want to get wet, but I didn't care. Because it was late and a pretty slow day, the cast actually let me ride it alone. There was no one else in the log. After that first drop and I went inside, something was off. There was no music and the animatronics weren't working, but Brer Rabbit was still singing. When I went into the next room, his voice began getting weirder. The next few animatronics I saw were staring at me, and I couldn't see their eyes. Same thing with the next animatronic, and the next one. Eventually the log entered the next room, where the singing was getting even weirder, and the log began climbing. The vultures looked down on me and said,
"How do you do? You may not make it. How do you do? Living well, we'll take it. How do you do? You will die. We'll fake it."
The scene where the fox is holding Brer Rabbit was not holding Brer Rabbit, I guess, is the best PG way to say it. At that point I was screaming as the log fell. I was about to enter the next room, hearing demonic sounds inside. That's when I decided to book it. I got out of my restraints and began to run.
Clip, which was uploaded to Twitter by Sitio Paranormal, appears to show a strange misty shape appear out of nowhere. It drifts for a few seconds, then disappears altogether.
Eyes wide open, got my mind all over, and I don't want it to end. No, and when we're older, we pretend we're sober, so I'm living it out, feeling so high. And oh, I wanna figure it out.
Cuando oí tu voz, supe que había encontrado el amor de mi corazón. Las palabras se me incendian en los labios. Los nombres me pesan en los dedos.